Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be attempting the PSAT Digital Practice Test Math Module 2 section from College Board. So let's get started. This module has 27 questions. I'm not sure about the time limit, but as far as I know, there are 27 questions, so let's get started. Number 1. Tilly earns P dollars for W hours of work. Which expression represents the amount of money in dollars Tilly earns for 39 hours of work? So this means that we have to find out how many hours of work. So if P is equal to 39W, that means that we're going to switch W and P because it does say that hours of work. So we're trying to solve for W. So that means that W is equal to 39P. So our answer is A. Okay, next question. For a training program, Juan rides his bike at an average rate of 5.7 minutes per mile. Which function M models the number of minutes it will take Juan to ride X miles at this rate? So he rides his bike at an average of 5.7 minutes per mile. Or instead of M, I'll put X. Which function models the number of minutes it will take Juan to ride his bike? That would be D, because it's just 5.7 per mile. You're multiplying it. Number 3, the solution of a system of equations is x, y. What's the value of y? Okay, so if 3x is equal to 12, we know that x is equal to 12 divided by 3, which is 4. So we have our x value. Now we need to find y. So we can put it into this. So minus 3 times 4 plus y is equal to negative 6. Minus 12 plus y is equal to negative 6. So y is equal to negative 6 plus 12. Y is equal to 6. So our answer is B. Okay, next question. The equation gives the speed s in miles per hour of a certain car t seconds after being accelerated. What is the speed in miles per hour of the car 5 seconds? Okay, so if s is equal to 40 plus 3t, and t is equal to 5, because it does say 5 seconds. So s is equal to 40 plus 3 times 5, 15. So s is equal to 55. So our answer is D. All right, number 5. For the right triangle shown, A is equal to 4, B is equal to 5. So this is 4 and this is 5. So how are we going to solve this? Since we're trying to find C, this would be 4 square and this would be 5 square. That means we're finding a square root because we don't know what C square is. So if C square is equal, but we're only trying to find C right now, only the C value. So if C square is equal to 4 square plus 5 square, and we need to find C, we're going to take the square out of here and make it a square root of 4 square plus 5 square. So that means D is our answer. All right, number 6, what is the solution to the given equation? 4x is equal to 165 minus 5. We're taking the 5 to the other side, so 4x is equal to 160, which means x is equal to 40. So that's our answer. Next, number 7. The x-intercept of the graph is shown as x, 0. What is the x value? So here, this is our x-intercept. And x-intercept, the x value, we don't know, but we do know that y is always 0. So if we see here, it's exactly at 7. So that means that the point would be 7, 0, and that means x is equal to 7. Number 8, the function f is defined by this. What is the y-intercept of the graph? Y is equal to f of x in the xy plane. Okay, so this is basically f of x is also known as y. So that means y is equal to 1 over 10 x minus 2. And in this case, this is our y-intercept, which means 0, negative 2. So that means B is our answer. All right, number 9. The function f is defined by f of x equal to 7x cubed. So y is equal to g of x, y is equal to f of x down 2 units. So when it says down, it's negative. So that means that g of x is equal to 7x cubed, which is the original function, and it's translating down 2 units would be minus 2. So that means D would be our answer. Okay, number 10. Which ordered pair xy is a solution to the given system of equations? So we're going to solve for x and y here. So that means that, so we can find x here easily. X is equal to 10 minus 7, and x is equal to 3. Okay, so now we're trying to find out this. So that means we already have x. So 3 plus 7 square is equal to y. That means 10 square is equal to y. Y is equal to 100. So we have y equal to 100, 3 equal to 3. So that means our coordinate is 3, 100. So that means our answer is A. All right, number 11. Which expression is equivalent to this? So it's basically polynomials. So we're combining like terms. 7x cubed minus 6x cubed would give us x cubed, and 7x minus negative 3x would give us 7x plus 3x, which is 10x. So that means our answer is A. Number 12, the function p is defined by p of n is equal to 7n cubed. What is the value of n when p of n is equal to 56? So if p of n is equal to 7n cubed, and p of n is also equal to 56, and we're trying to find out what n is. So 7n cubed is also equal to 56. So that means that we'll take n cubed is equal to 56 divided by 7, which is 8. And n is equal to the cube root of 8. So that means n is equal to 2. So our answer is A. All right, number 13. In the figure shown, line C intersects the parallel lines S and T. What is the value of X? So a simple way of solving this, we already know that this is 110. And because this is a straight angle, we know that here, 180 minus 110 first. That'll give us 70. So this will be 70 degrees. And now we know that these two angles, this angle and this angle, because it's a parallel line going through it, they'll be the same. So that means that x is equal to 70. So our answer is 70. All right, number 14. A list of 10 data values is shown. What is the mean of the data? Mean is when we're adding all these numbers and we're dividing by how many values there are. In this case, there are 10 values in here. So we're going to first add up all these. So easy way, I'm going to say this is 14. 16 plus 4, that's 20. 17 plus 26, that'll give us 43. 5 times 3, 15. And we have 8. So we get, so I'm going to add these two. That'll give us 34 plus 43 plus 23. That should give us 100. So now we have this as a value. Now 100 divided by 10 would give us 10. So the mean of our data is 10. All right. Number 15. The equation E of t is equal to 5 times 1.8 to the power t given this. So which of the following is the best interpretation of number 5 in this context? So let's go through the answer option. The estimated number of employees when the restaurant opened. Now it does say that T is the number of years since the restaurant opened. Okay? T is the number of years when the restaurant opened. So I'm going to take out C and... So yeah, just C because it says the restaurant open year, which T already represents. We don't have to put that. Now, I go through the rest. It says that the estimated number of employees when the restaurant opened. I think I'll go with A as my answer because this is the original amount of employees. And as each year goes by, more employees increase. So A would be the answer. So 16, what is the minimum value of the given function? So for this, we're going to be using the formula g of x is equal to a of x minus h squared plus k. In this case, a is equal to 1. So g of x is equal to 1 times. Now, h is equal to 0, okay? So x minus 0 square. Now, h is, okay, so just to be sure, a is 1 because this is 1x, and this would be 0 because once we find the value for this, we're just left with 55, so that would give us 0. And now k would be 55. K is equal to 55 because of this value. So now we have that. So now from here, what we're going to do is that, oh wait, we don't have to solve this. We have our minimum value, 55. Now we see that this is our minimum value because it's the k value. K value is known as the minimum value. So that means B would be our answer. All right, number 17. Each year, the value of an investment increases by 0.49%. The following, okay. So, which of the following functions best models how the value of the investment changes over time? It increases by 0.49 of its value the previous year. So each time, every year, it'll increase 0.49%. Just to be sure, that's like about 0.0049. So that means that it would be increasing exponentially because it says 0.49% of its value the previous year. It doesn't say it's adding on. It says increases, but we're multiplying it, so that means it's increasing exponentially. 18. The population of Greenville increased by 7% from 2015 to 2016. The 2016 population, K is... okay, what's the value of K? Okay. So let's say that X is the population of Greenville in 2015. We don't know that. But then the population increased by 7% from 2015 to 2016. So this could be written as 0.07 times X. And now we are left with another X because we don't know the 2016 population. So let's just replace K with X, so plus X. This would give us 1 times 0, sorry, not 1 times. This would be 1x plus 0.07x. This would give us 1.07x, making our value 1.07. So our answer is C. All right, number 19. Which expression is equivalent to a to the power 11 over 12? Okay. This is a bit of a tricky question, but easy way to do this is, since based off the answer choices, we have to multiply them. I'm going to multiply a of lemon with 12 over 12. This would give us a of 132 over 144. And now that we have this, since 132 over 144 is equal to 132 times 1 over 144, yeah, we're basically left with this exponent. And now what we're gonna do is put this in this form. So that means that 144 root a to the power of 132. So that's our answer. So that means B is the correct answer. All right, number 20. An event planner is planning a party. It costs the event planner a one-time fee of $35 to rent the venue. Okay, so rent the venue and 10.25 per attendee. The event planner has a budget of 200. So what's the greatest number? Okay, so 10.25x, which means per attendee, and a one-time fee of 35 plus 35. Budget is 200, so that means they can be less than or equal to 200, and we're trying to find out the max value it can go to. So 10.25x is less than or equal to 200 minus 35, which is 165. So x would be less than or equal to 165 divided by 10.25 would give us 16. So that means our answer is 16. All right, number 21. If 4x minus 4 is 112, what's the positive value of x minus 1? All right. Here, what I'm going to do is, because we have an absolute value here, I'm going to take negative 4 to the other side. That would give us 116. So 116 divided by 4 would give us, that would give us 29. So x is equal to 29. Now that we have 29, it's asking us a positive value. This is a positive value. So if it has x minus 1, we'll do 29 minus 1, which is equal to 28. So that's our answer. All right, number 22. The cube has an edge length of 68 inches. A solid sphere with a radius of 34 inches is inside the cube, such that the sphere touches the center of each face of the cube. To the nearest cubic inch, what is the value of the space in the cube not taken up by the sphere? So this requires a lot of calculation, but we can use rounding up to get to the closest answer. So first off, for the cube, edge length is 68. So the volume for the cube would be 68 cubed. And that's about 3,114 and 432. So that's our volume for the cube. This is a cube. Now we're trying to find out the sphere. So a sphere's volume would be V is equal to 4/3 pi r cubed. So r is 34. This means 4/3 pi 34 cubed. So that's equal to 4/3 pi. I think, okay, wait. So once you multiply all of that, you should get about 164,636. So that's the sphere's volume. So now you would subtract cube minus sphere, which is 314,432 minus 164,636. Now after subtracting that, we're going to get 149,796. So that means our answer is A. All right, number 23. What is the diameter of a circle in the xy plane with the equation? All right. So this is our equation. This is written in the form of a circle's equation. And now that we have this, what we're going to, so we know that the r square is equal to 16, which means radius square is equal to 16. So that means radius is square root of 16. So radius is 4. Now if radius is 4, we know that the diameter is 2 times the radius. So 2 times 4 would be equal to 8. So that means our diameter is 8. So B is the answer. 24. For the exponential function f, the value of f of 1 is k, where k is a constant, which of the following shows the value of k as a coefficient or the base. So I'm going to start with saying that for the form of the function, so we're going to use f of 1 to see which one is a constant. So to see that, we have to get it so that 1 would bring it to 0. If we see that here, 1 plus 1 would give us 2. So that's definitely not the answer. Here, we'd be left with 1. That's not the answer either. Here, we'd be left with negative 1. That's not the answer here. So I would go with C, because if we get 1 minus 1, that would be 0. And 1.6 to the power of 0 would give us 1. And we need 1 as our constant, which is 128 times 1 will give us 121. So C would be the answer. All right, 25. The model estimates the end of each year from 2015 to 2020. The number of squirrels in a population is 150%, more than the number of squirrels in the population. Okay. So for 25, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to write out this equation. N is equal to A 1 plus P over 100 to the power of T. The reason I'm writing this is based off the information given here, based off percentage of 150%. And now I can start substituting values in here. So that means N is equal to A times 1 plus 150, because 150% over 100 to the power of T. So that means this would give us A times 2.5 to the power of T. And now because at the end of 2015 there were 180 squirrels, this means that 180 is equal to 2.5a, because t is equal to 1. So we're just going to substitute t in there because of the 1 year difference. So that means now that we're left with this equation, we know that our answer would be, hold up. Oh, okay. So we're supposed to, I think, substitute a value in here. I might have done this wrong. Let me just redo that. So now that we add these, n is equal to a times 2.5 to the power of t. Now we're trying to find out what a is, basically. To find out what a is, we're going to do 2.5 times a. We're going to ignore that. So now 2.5a is equal to 180. So that means a is equal to 72. So n is equal to 72 times 2.5 to the power of t. So that's our equation. So that means that B is our answer. All right. 26. In the given pair of equations, A and B are constants. Okay, we're trying to find out the perpendicular of this line. So we're going to first put these in slope-intercept form to make it much easier. Now, if I put it in slope-intercept form, 7y is equal to minus 5x plus 1. So that means that one equation will be y is equal to minus 5/7 x plus 1 over 7. That's one equation. And the other equation would be by is equal to minus ax plus 1. So that would give us y is equal to minus a over b x plus 1 over b. So that's our second equation. And now that we're finding the perpendicular means the negative reciprocal. Negative reciprocal, what we're going to do here is, with these two equations, we know that we're only going to put it for the slope. Just to remember that. Negative reciprocal of this would be y is equal to, y would be equal to minus 10 over 7x plus 1/7. And this would be y is equal to minus a over 2b x plus 1 over 2b. All right, now we have these two equations here. Now with these two equations, what we're going to do is put it back into standard form. By putting it back into standard form, we can find out which of the answers it is. So when I put these back into standard form, we get 7y is equal to minus 10x plus 1. So 10x plus 7y is equal to 1. So that's one equation. Now the next equation, we have this. So that would give us 2by is equal to minus ax plus 1. So ax plus 2by is equal to 1. So that's our second equation. With these two equations, we see that the matching answer is B. So our answer is B. All right. Last question. In the given equation, C is a constant. The equation has no real solution if C is greater than what is the least possible value of n. So this is basically quadratic functions. Or quadratic equations, sorry. So that's what I meant. So ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. And since there are no real solutions, we know that b squared minus 4ac is less than 0 because there are no real solutions. Now, in the given, so we have this given equation where a is equal to 1 and b is equal to negative 34. And we don't know what c is. Now, therefore, we can substitute it into this equation here. But that would give us minus 34 squared, which would give us 100 and 1156 minus 4ac is minus 4c is less than 0. Now I'll take this to the other side to make it easier. 1156 is less than 4c. So now we just solve for c. So c is greater, to make it easier, I'll say greater than 1156 over 4. So that means c is greater than 289. So that's our answer. I hope this video helped you guys. You can check out this test on the College Board app. So thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video.